Good morning, children. Today we will do continue with clauses, and I will do start with adverb clause. I will do 5 adverb clause in this video, and the rest along with homework in the next video. Now, as you know what an adverb is. What is an adverb? An adverb is a word that describes an action. Clear? It describes an action, something that is done. So action means verb over here. So it describes something that is done. It will tell you more. Maybe it will tell you, like say he woke up. Okay, that is the action of getting up. At what time? Maybe he woke up at 8, or he woke up late, or he woke up yesterday, or he woke up say after 2 days. Yes, so you are telling more about the action. You're describing the action. Okay, like say for running, whether he ran far, whether he ran today, whether he ran fast. Yes, far will tell you the distance, fast will tell you how the speed. Yes, or the time, like at 5 o'clock, or when he ran today. Okay, so it's just like when you had your adjective clause, its adjective describes a noun. So your adverb describes a verb. So it is telling you in adjective clause, it was telling you more about the noun. Here it is telling you more about the verb. But the way of finding it is the same. You have to look out for your subordinator. Find your subordinator, divide the sentence into main and subordinate clause, then see whether it's a noun, adjective, or an adverb clause. And once you get here, once you come to know it's an adverb clause, you have a little one more step to go ahead, one more step, because you have to find out which type of adverb clause, because there are 9 types of adverb clause. Okay, so now let's start with the first type of adverb clause, that is adverb clause of time. Now I have given you some questions, not all adverb clauses have these questions. Some have, some do not have, and those you will come to know while checking. You will come to know by the subordinators. Okay, so the first one, adverb clause of time. So naturally, when you're asking the time, you ask the question when. So adverb clause of time, you ask the question when. Subordinators before, after, while, till, until, when, forever, since, as. Let's see the first one. We will go after the school is over. So you see, very easy to remember: before, after, while, till, until, when, whenever, since, as. These are the subordinators. You have to learn your subordinators and know which clause they belong to. Okay, otherwise it will be difficult for you all to do it. So when you see this first, you find your subordinator is after. Now look at the main clause, that is what is before it. We will go. Is it a complete sentence? Yes, it is a complete sentence. We will go, we will come, we will sit, we will stand. Okay, it is a complete sentence. But now when you're saying we will go, let's look at this part. So you know for sure, so you will write this: we will go main clause, after the school is over, subordinate, adverb clause. Now you know, you are sure it's an adverb clause, so write there adverb clause. Only thing now you have to find out which type of adverb clause. So now you see, since you have the subordinator after, then you know for sure it is an adverb clause, because this after subordinator is not there in noun, not there in adjective. Okay, before and after is not there in noun, not there in adjective. While, till, since, until, these are all not there in noun, not even in adjective. So you know for sure it is an adverb clause. So write over there adverb clause. Now only which type of adverb clause? See whether you can ask the question when. So when will we go? Yes, you get the answer: after the school is over. So then you know you will write a subordinate adverb clause. Just add of time at the end. Subordinate adverb clause of time. Next one, just as he entered the room, the clock struck. So, what is your subordinator? As. Okay. But if you look, okay, but if you look over here, just, it's not complete. Is it complete? No. So let's see the rest of the sentence. Imagine, okay, this is Mostly your subordinate clause is starting from here. I said mostly, not for sure. Okay. So now let's check which is a part of the sentence or the rest of the sentence where you can get a complete sentence. Okay, let me see. Yes, the clock struck. The clock struck. So, but then, now if you see the clock struck itself is complete. It doesn't need this just over there. If you add just over here, this sentence is not complete. Correct? So now, what you are going to do is start your subordinate clause from just. See, in the beginning, I told you 99.9% of the time. I didn't say 100% of the time. I don't know whether you remember when I was teaching you the first part of clauses. 99.9% of the time, your subordinate clause starts with your subordinator. It is very rarely that it has one or two words before it. Now, this is one of the instances, is one of the examples where your subordinate clause doesn't start with the subordinator but starts with a word before it. Okay. Now, how do you know? That's why I always tell you check that your main clause is complete. So, right over there, your main clause, the clock struck, and the rest of it, just as he entered the room, is your subordinate clause. Now, if you look at the main clause, the clock struck, there is an action over here. There is an action over here. There is a verb over here. Now, does this subordinate clause tell you more about this action? Yes, it tells you when it struck. When? Just as he entered the room. Yes, so it is subordinate adverb clause of time. Here also, you see there is an action over here. Go, we will go. Yes, this is your action. Now, does it tell you when you will go? Yes, just after the school is over. Okay, now let's go to the next one. While you were playing, I was working. So if you look at this, while is your subordinator. So the subordinate clause starts from here. So now where is the main clause? I was working. So write it. I was working main clause, while you are playing subordinate clause. Now look at the main clause and see the action here, working. Can you ask the question when? When were you working? Yes. Are you getting the answer over here? You should get the answer over here. When were you playing? When were you working? While you were playing. So it is subordinate adverb clause of time. Next one. No sooner did he see us than he disappeared. So you found your subordinate over here, underline it or circle it rather, and you will have your subordinate clause starting from here. Now, where is your main clause? Can you see here? He disappeared. Okay, it's a complete sentence. He came, he sat, he disappeared, he ate. Complete sentence. Correct? So, he disappeared is the main clause, and no sooner did he see us than is your subordinate clause. And here, when you know no sooner, you know it is not a noun clause, you know it's not an adjective clause. So, it is a subordinate adverb clause. Oh, I've forgotten to write here. No sooner did he see us than so subordinate adverb clause. And which type of adverb clause? Adverb clause of time. Okay. So now the homework, I'm reading it. Whenever I go to London, I try to see Matthew. Whenever I see him, I feel nervous. As soon as he heard the news, he called me. The girl shouted when she saw a snake. My mother washed my clothes while I went to the market. The old man rushed towards us as we were about to hang the young stranger. Now we go to the next clause, that is adverb clause of place. Here your question that you ask is where. So let's see the subordinators where, wherever, everywhere. This is very easy. You have only three subordinators, where, wherever and everywhere. So whenever you see where, wherever or everywhere, there's no need of thinking whether it's noun clause, adjective clause or which adverb clause. You know it is adverb clause of place. So let's see the first one. The girls went where they could chat. So your subordinator where, main clause, the girls went. Yes, makes complete sense. So write it down. Now look at this where. Sorry. Look at this went. The action went. Does it tell you where they went, yes, where they could chat. So it's subordinate adverb clause of place. The next one, you may take him wherever it pleases you. Now again here wherever, so you may take him is complete. So write it down. Main clause, you may take him wherever it pleases you, subordinate adverb clause. Now what is the action? Take. Okay, take is the action. So can you ask where to take? Yes, wherever it pleases you. Remember the main question that I gave you in the beginning. Where to take? Wherever it pleases you. So adverb clause of place. So let's read the sentences that I have given you for as homework. The wind blows where it wills. You may paste it wherever you like. Let us go where we can live freely. Wherever you live, I will come to that place. I have to put it where I can find it. We met kind people everywhere we went. So your subordinate clause of place is over. Now we go to the next one. Let's watch a film. It's a complete sentence, so it is your main clause. Now, can you ask the question? Why should we go to watch a film? Yes, why? So, why you're getting the reason here? Since tomorrow is a holiday. So, it is subordinate adverb clause of reason. Next one, the proposal failed through since no one seconded it. So, you can see the main clause, the proposal failed through. This is your subordinator. This is your subordinator. So your subordinate clause, no one seconded it. Can you ask why? Why did it fail? Yes, the action is failed. Why did it fail? Because no one seconded it. Now what is this proposal and seconding? When you have a meeting, yes, I make a proposal. Say I make a proposal that from now onwards we will have one-to-one teaching. Like one teacher will teach only one child or maximum 5 children. So 1:5 ratio. So one teacher, 5 children. And this is the proposal I put forward in the meeting. Clear? Now whether the other teachers support me, that is the second my opinion. This is my opinion. This is my proposal. Whether they second it, they support me or no, only then my proposal will pass. Yes, so majority have to support me, have to say yes, then have to second me. Then only my proposal will pass. So whatever proposal was put forward over here has failed because no one seconded. Okay. Next one. Let's see them. This is your homework. I was very glad that mother liked my ideas. As she had to work late in the office, she could not come to the party. He thinks he can get anything because he is rich. As he was not there, I left a message with his mother. I sing because I like singing. Moving on to the next one, that is adverb clause of purpose. Now, so here your subordinator in case. Now, keep your money in the bank. Complete. So it is main clause. In case it is stolen, you ask why should you keep your money in the bank? Because otherwise there are chances of it being stolen. Clear? If you don't do so, maybe it can get stolen. Okay. See, as I told you, again I am reminding you, both the questions of adverb clause of purpose and adverb clause of reason are the same, but your subordinators are different. So you have to learn your subordinators, others you will not be able to do it. Let's read your homework. She wants to study in England so that she can perfect her English. He works hard so that he can become a millionaire. Schools were closed early in order that children might reach home before the thunderstorm. Now the last form, adverb clause of result. There is no question for this. So the subordinators are that, so, dot, dot, that, such that. The man was so tall that they had to make a special coffin for him. So you see a subordinator here that. The man was so tall is complete. The man was so short, the man was so tall, the man was so fat. Yes, complete. Now that they had to make a special um, coffin for him. Yes. So now what happened as a result of the man being so tall? They had to make a special coffin for him. As a result of the man being so tall, They had to make a special coffin for him. You cannot ask why. Can you ask why? What were the previous two questions? Why? Can you ask when? Can you ask where? No. So here there is no question to be asked. You only ask what happened as a result of this. Okay. So then you write subordinate adverb clause of result. Next one, the Taj Mahal was built in such a manner that it can stand even today. So now you look such that. How did you find out such that? First you mark this as your subordinate clause, starting of your subordinate clause. So let's see, the Taj Mahal was built in. It's incomplete. So let's see if, what part of the ending you can take to make it complete. The Taj Mahal was built can stand even today. So if this part is there, so what can you take? You will not take this part because it doesn't make. The Taj Mahal was built in can stand even today. The Taj Mahal was built in no. So how can you make a complete sentence? See, this is a very tricky part. So you take only the main thing. The Taj Mahal can stand even today. So that's why I each sentence I'm repeating how you find the main clause because that is very important. Clear? How many times I stressed on very, so you should know how important it is according to that. Yes? So the Taj Mahal can stand even today. So that means these are one of the case, some of one of the few cases I told you your subordinate clause doesn't start with the subordinator. There are a few words before it. Now here there are quite a few words. There are three words. Okay. So right, the Taj Mahal was can stand even today. Main clause and was built in such a manner that it subordinate adverb clause of result. So what happened? How can the Taj Mahal stand as a result of it? Why? Because it was built in such a manner. Okay. The Taj Mahal can stand even today as a result. How can the Taj Mahal stand today? Yes. Next one. She was so weak. She could hardly stand. Now there is, if you look, there is, even if you search, you will find no subordinate here. Why? They purposely omitted it. So you have to add it in your imagination, okay? Not really add it over here in your answer. It should be in your imagination. Whatever you are adding over here is for you just to check your answer. Okay, so she was so weak that she could hardly stand. So that is your subordinator. So which is your main clause? Since that is your, this is your subordinate clause and this is your main clause. Okay, what happened as a result of her being so weak? She could hardly stand. Let's read the last. The painting was so beautiful that everybody admired it. The famine was so severe that thousands perished. They fought so bravely that the enemy fled. He is such a good man that all respect him. He spoke in such a low voice that people could hear that few people could hear. Okay. So I hope you're able to do everything in this. If you have a doubt, you can ask me. Thank you and do have a good day. And I just pray that there's nothing wrong with this video now. Thank you.